Welcome to the Venus in Capricorn All Signs Tarot. Hello everyone, this is Nikki K and welcome to another video. And this time this video is about the Venus in Capricorn / Venus retrograde in Capricorn for all signs. So I'm going to talk a little bit about what this is going to mean for us. Okay, because this is a big one. This is going to be lasting for 4 months. So the Venus is in Capricorn from November the 5th till March the 5th, 2022. Now, Venus in Capricorn is very much about, before I say that, Venus is also going retrograde the 18th or 19th of December, wherever you are, of December until January 2022. Well, I'll be saying that again anyway. Okay. So when Venus is in Capricorn, this is a time that is going to be very much a down-to-earth, practical, ambitious time. It's about being, the energy is very much cautious, of a cautious nature. And it's not about rushing into anything that seems, risky. This is about the long-term goal. And this also does include in relationships. Venus in Capricorn, guys, it's, it does show emotions, but it shows emotions only after, only after when you find out what the person is about. So that's going to be like some of the main themes that's going to be coming up. Other themes is that, showing emotions during this 4 months transit. I talked about emotions already. So during this 4 months transit, this will definitely be about taking responsibilities for everything within the Venus realms of creativity, self-care, money. We can all feel it on a collective level that when it comes, and also when it comes to like Venus in Capricorn, there can be much more seriousness, lots of like loyalty. Emotions can appear quite cold at first. But that is only because, this is about testing the waters before we actually delve deeper. So, and also, in order to feel comfortable, you have to appear quite, quite rigid and quite cold. So if anyone is in a serious relationship, things can become much more serious, like an engagement or a marriage. This is about creating a family. There will also be... You'll also have a lot of work to put in. If you want a relationship to last, this is about making a relationship last. And, this is also, this is very much a time of like serious commitment. And if some of you are single, you can find that your life partner now, but it won't be about rushing into it. It's about, getting to know someone very slowly and not... seeing what they're about, seeing if they can provide you with your needs, your earthly needs. So some other themes we can come up to, like I said, it's going to be retrograde at, it's going to go retrograde on the 18th or 19th, but it will go retrograde at 26 degrees. And Yes, it will go retrograde at 26 degrees of Capricorn, and it will last until January the 28th. And it will station direct. Yes, and after then it will station direct. Of course, it's not going to last, retrograde for hours and years. Can you imagine? When Venus in Capricorn does go retrograde, this will be about... the themes of the heart, relationships and money. And it's a time to definitely be careful and conservative and looking out for things that we, when things go retrograde, it's about things coming back to us. It could be like an old bill, money, exes, friends, they can coming back. And, this is also about power, because this is Capricorn. This is about power and control issues in a relationship and in your career. Capricorn, it is ruled, as we all know, by Saturn. So this can very much feel like a karmatic time. and this is about boundaries. So this is actually a great, this is actually great to get things very much in order and looking at ourselves in the most down-to-earth way. This also does include self-care practices too. So other planets, obviously the planets have a conversation. We cannot forget the conversation that it has. So what to look out for is on the 8th of December, the sun in Capricorn, it links up. Yeah, sorry. So on the 20, so during the some of the conversations that I'll be having, my mind's just a bit boggled. Sorry about that, guys. But yes, so, on the 26th, it does, this is the big one, it does conjunct Pluto in Capricorn. What this actually does on two things, there can be two things that happen with this, guys. On one hand, it can deepen our ways when it comes to, our relationships. Even if there's some uncomfortable conversations that need to be had, this is a time to get really serious with it, because this is on a psychological basis as well. And I also see, like, in terms of like power, power issues of power and control could be coming up in your relationship or in your career. But also, look out for the news as well, because we can also see, when it comes to like corruption or control, like manipulation with the people, the masses. And also this is to do with finances. So like I said, don't be surprised if we start unearthing all these craziness that happens. And I do believe that, America's going for their Pluto return in February. So this is going to play a major theme, because I know that's in their second house, Capricorn, and I think Pluto's in their second house. So this is going to be a major theme, but not only just America, and England's also a Capricorn country. So we're going to start seeing major themes being brought up, and some of these themes can actually shock us. Some of these, if you're like, I'm spiritually aligned, it won't shock you. If you've been mentally prepared when these two when Venus and Pluto actually come together, you will be fine. But also with this, when it does conjunct Pluto, this is also to do like the government. This is also to do with like bosses as well. So people that you work with, a lot of us who are at work can actually start seeing things that were hidden actually start to come up now. And it can be very much uncomfortable viewing. Okay, so if you have been dodgy in any way, this will be brought up, and it will be very slow, and it will burn very bright. On the 5th, it does sextile Neptune, which is also really great. It brings up a lot of healing. So for healing from any heartbreak, when it comes to the Venus realms of finances and money and creativity, and even from the past. And I have a feeling that if any of you, or anything that comes back from the past, whether it's friends, whether it's exes, also, anything that, whether it's anything, money, even things that you didn't talk about in your relationship, it will come up. It's a time of healing, like spiritual healing. And it's also going to be very much a karmatic releasing going on for a lot of us too. So, the cards that I actually have for this, especially when it goes retrograde, we have the Moon card, which is actually the Pisces card. And the Moon card is a time that, it's very much an emotional time. And this is going to be showing us that, we're going to have to be, although it's a very earthy time for a lot of us, this is also going to be a time that but it's a time of like grounding and connecting to our emotions. And, it's going to it's going to feel for a lot of us that it's going to be very much a emotional time, especially when things come up from the past. And it's also, you know, the moon card message is also about, you know, seeing things, you know, even though there may be things that some of us may actually feel quite uncomfortable emotionally during Venus in Capricorn, but it is also essential. It's essential for us to actually feel what's going on around us, feel what's going on around within like the realms of all that whole Capricorn thing when it comes to like money, finances, you know. It's also going to be helping us to connect on an emotional level and listen. And it's also going to help us actually listen to ourselves, listening to our body. And this can also bring up lots of deep emotions within us. And we could also be shocked by what we actually say and what we actually see. I'm also feeling, especially with this card, that, you know, emotionally, some of us can actually feel quite grounded. Some of us can feel emotionally unstable due to the intensity of what's going to be happening, especially when it goes retrograde. But the moon card is asking us, is guiding us to, you know, go with it, go with what's going on, because it can't hurt you. It will just only help you. The emotional intensity will help emotionally balance you if you let it guide you. Okay. The other card I have is the Strength card. So when it goes retrograde, we have the Strength card. The Strength card is it's a Leo card. So the first card is a Pisces card. The second card is a Strength card. And the Strength card is going to keep us, you know, especially because the Strength card is the retrograde card. So this is going to keep us strong. This is going to keep us grounded. Anything that comes up during this retrograde season, the Strength card is the strength that we're going to be needing, because Capricorn is about moving forward in a slow way, and also in a way it is about the past. So when the past does come up, the Strength card is going to be there for us, for that sort of backup that we're going to be needing. So, and the past could, like I said, the past could be anything. So the Strength is a Leo card that will help us to like move forward in a way, and it's also going to make us see what we want in our life and what we do not need, but also giving us the strength to say no even if we feel weak. So if an ex comes up or friends come up and you're talking to them and you know they haven't changed, instead of trying to, oh, I'll try and help them, it's going to be a case of, you know, I saw you 30 years ago and you still haven't changed. I'm in a better place now. The Strength card is giving us this feeling of, I'm in a better place. I cannot be going back. Okay, I'm all about moving forward, even though I do have feelings for you, or even though, you know, this is about me, you know, releasing things that I'm tied to and bound to. You know, even if it comes to like finances, this Strength is giving us time to like look at our finances, being honest with our finances, making sure things are very slick. You know, anything that we've missed out, we are going to be having the strength to pursue it. We're going to have the strength also to know that we can get through it, you know. And also during this time, some of us may find that we are with less. So we're going to definitely need that strength. We're going to need, but we also know that we have been through worse, because Capricorn in a way is about, it's about harsh lessons. And sometimes when we have harsh lessons, it's just a test to show us how far, you know, if you're going to go through this, we need to see you're going to go through this in order to come out through this. So there's no wonder why we need that Strength card, because we're going to need all the strength. We're going to need all the strength to not go back to any like addictions, or going back to people that have hindered or hurt us in any way. We're going to definitely need that strength. Okay, So, and the last card that we have for this is the World card. So the World card, not the World cards, the Wheel of Fortune. I keep getting the World and the Wheel of Fortune card. So we have the Wheel of Fortune card, which is when, you know, when it goes retrograde until the 28th of July. So the Wheel of Fortune card is, you know, there's going to be lots of changes happening for us. Okay, and the changes are going to be good because that's when we start going into like the North Node. So the Wheel of Fortune is gonna be a time that, you know, this is a time of, you know, it depending on how you've worked through this. It's gonna be a time of, you know, good luck. This is also about, this is a very much a karmatic time as well. So the Wheel of Fortune is about, you know, lots of changes that are going to be happening once we come out of this retrograde. And, you know, if we found it very hard, even though we've had that Strength card to guide us, if we found it very hard, the Wheel of Fortune is showing us that things are now going to change in our corner. You've learnt your lessons. Now you can proceed. You can proceed to go forward. It's about good luck. You know, but it's also about karma, and it reminds us that, you know, the Wheel of Fortune is about, you know, what goes around comes around. So if you've learned a lot of good lessons and you've done the work, remember Capricorn is about doing the work. If you've done the work, then, you know, things are going to turn in your corner. But if you have stayed in your lane and refused to do the work, you know, and if you've refused to, you know, change your ways in a way, because this is about changing our ways on how we look at things on a financial, materialistic relationship basis, then that's when things will not turn in our corner. So it's about being a bit more optimistic in, you know, the Wheel of Fortune. When it goes direct on the 28th, it's about being more optimistic. It's a new year, it's 2022, you know. If you only think bad will happen, that's because, like I said, you haven't done the work. So this is about being a bit more open, you know, not going back to the past. This is about, you know, this is about a physical and spiritual journey during this time. Also with this card is, you know, because the Wheel of Fortune, I've said this before, it's got like the 4 fixed signs in the card. So, you know, there is going to be an element of control, but the control, I feel, for us during this time will be more like controlling when it needs to be controlled and letting things go with the flow too. So, you know, this I feel that it's going to be a huge, and I think definitely because we are going to be in the midst of the North Node, which is going to be in Taurus. So I feel this is definitely, and also with this card as well, Wheel of Fortune, that there's going to be a huge turning point for a lot of us. We're going to start seeing things in more of a fresher state. Our minds are going to be a bit more fresher. And, you know, the North Node is a very much a karmatic time. Even with this card, it's very karmatic. So this is actually really nice for it when it goes direct, that, you know, some of your dreams could actually really come true now because you've put in a lot of work. You know, even if you've met up with, even if things from the past comes up, and, you know, whether you've, you know, avoided it, left it alone, or things have actually stayed, you know, things can start being different now, but only because boundaries are definitely set. So the Wheel of Fortune is guiding us and letting us know things are definitely going to be turning in our corner. And, you know, if you, but only if you've allowed yourself to like get off those shackles and do the work. So it actually ends really good. So also, yes, so that is what I've got. I thought I had something, but that's what I actually got. Also, other things that we're gonna have to be, yes, so that's what I've actually got. So I've actually spoken about, you know, what other, you know, the planet conversations that are going to be happening. I have to talk about the cards as well. So this will be very much an interesting Venus in Capricorn, especially because it's lasting 4 months. I think we have a lot to learn during this time. And also check where Capricorn is in your your personal house chart. Check where Venus is in your house chart as well, because these are going to be played out really heavily, and for each sign, I'm going to do like card readings for each sign. Some will benefit more than others, like the earth sign and the water signs. You'll have a bit of reprieve, you'll have a trine and a sextile, which is actually really good. There may not be too much work you'll have to do, although there's work to do, but not so heavily. The cardinal signs like Cancer, Aries, Libra, there's work to be done. You guys may feel it a bit, the air signs, you guys won't be heavily hit, okay? But still, it's going to be a time of, learning and, stabilization, okay? So guys, I'm going to be doing the cards now. So it's a mixture of, so I'm going to be doing the cards. So it's a mixture of the tarot and also the oracle. So guys, just before I do the card message for all of the signs, I know you guys are waiting, but just before I do it, I just want to talk about because Capricorn is such a sign that, they work really, it's such a time that we're going to be working really hard on ourselves, with all the Venus themes. So as you guys know, I use essential oils, and I was just thinking about what type of essential oils that you could use during this 4-month transit, because at times it can be very easygoing, but at times it can be very hard. When we put in a lot, there's also going to be a lot of pressure that some of us can put on ourselves. So the essential oils that I've picked out, lavender, which is really good to get in a good night's sleep. It actually helps fight depression. It's antidepressant as well. It boosts your mood, and it also helps with any type of anxiety. And I've chosen vetiver, which is very earthy. It's very calming. It's quite smoky. It's really good for the mind, body. It's a stress reliever. It also helps with the joints. Ylang ylang, which I love. It's really good for calming the mind. It also balances the hormones, and it also very mood boosting too. The last one I have is clary sage. Now, clary sage is really good for balancing hormones. It's depressant, and also it's really good for like any stress. So these are the 4 oils that I've actually picked up, and vetiver is the most earthiest, and we are going to be wanting to ground as much as we can. And we also want to rest as much as we can. We also want to boost our mood as well, because Capricorn, the energy of Capricorn can be quite, because the opposite to Capricorn is Cancer, and it can be, we can feel quite down. Some of us our moods can be very low because we have a lot of duties and responsibilities that we have to tend to. So as always, this is a disclaimer, check with your health practitioner or doctor before you use any of these essential oils. These are just guides. These are oils that I use on a regular basis. So, check with your doctor before you use them. When it comes to Capricorn also rules the teeth, the hair, the joints, knees, the skin. So a lot of these themes will definitely play up. It's really good time to do any type of self-care. If some of you may decide that you may not want to go hairdressers anymore. You may want to actually do taking care of, especially when it comes to your hair, any type of waxing, beauty routines. It's a time of being grounded. It's a time of being, some of us could be quite frugal in how we're spending money. So, and it's because we're all going to be looking at our finances. This is a great time to be really taking care of yourself. So these are the themes that will definitely play up because it rules these things. So there's lots of YouTube videos that you guys could do that can teach you to do manicures and pedicures, you know, even like doing like your own facials with like oils. Also, you know, so those are the areas. When it comes to like fitness, this is just a general, like Capricorns like going for long walks. This is also, you know, some Capricorns like to do, you know, rock climbing if you can, jogging, weight training, stretching, and also maybe some yoga because it rules the joints, especially like the knees. These are the areas that may play up. You know, these areas may feel quite weak. So just be mindful of that. Okay, but obviously, again, if you are starting like a new fitness regime, you know, check with your doctor before you go ahead. Okay, so that was a little bit of a health and wellness. So let's go to the cards. So let's obviously start off with Capricorn. So Capricorn, this is in your first house. Okay, and you know, you have especially with like the Sun and Pluto being there, this is going to be a time that you're going to be, you know, you're the star of the show. So this is a time where lots of you are going to be, you know, in your realm. You know, you're going to be looking at things on a more serious base. You're going to be, there's a lot of anything that definitely comes up. This is the time for you to get really serious about it. And with Neptune being in your third house, this is giving you great communication during this time. And also, this is about you, when it goes retrograde, this is about you looking at how you are presenting yourself. This is about you looking at like your job, your sense of security. But also, you know, when it comes to like your personal self as well, when it comes to your relationships, how are you viewing relationships? Do you want to stay in relationship or you do want to leave? This is also about the body, Capricorn, looking at your self-worth, your body, looking at your finances. All these themes will definitely come up. The cards you have is the Page of Wands with the Abundance card. So the Page of Wands with the Abundance card, Capricorn, is actually really nice for you because there's a new side to yourself that I feel a lot of you are going to be showing. This is not a time to be turning back. You know, once you bring out that new side, especially when it goes retrograde, you're going to be feeling much more abundant. You're going to be feeling much more clear. This is a time to be looking at your future in a positive time, Capricorn. You know, I feel once you open up yourself a little bit more, then, you know, you're going to have new opportunities, more abundance. You're going to have much more supporters. And also, I feel with a lot of you Capricorns, there's things that you want to do. You don't have to always do it by yourself because support is going to be there. Aquarius, this is in your 12th house with Pluto being there as well. So this is a very much a powerful time. Your dreams are going to be powerful. You're going to be feeling much more powerful. I feel that some of you may, especially during the retrograde season, this is about, you know, the undoing. So there may be things that you're going to be looking at when it comes to like addictions in any way. Some of you may even be having like secret relationships. Secret relationship could come, someone from the past could come. Or some of you may be entering some type of secret world, you know, listen out to your dreams. They're going to be of most importance. And also, you know, especially when it comes to like your finances, this is a great time to be looking at your finances. This, I feel a lot of your Aquarians, because Saturn's in your sign, this is giving you a bit of a head start to be looking at how much you're spending. You know, is there money that needs to be, you know, they need to take care of your finances even more. You know, I feel that some of you may also see that, you know, if you are spending it frivolously, then, you know, something will, you get like this jolt like, oh, okay, I need to like really put my finances in this, something that can benefit not just me, but can benefit the collective. So also definitely look out for your dreams and also look out for things that come from the past about the undoing. You have the Hangman, which is a Neptune card. with the kindred spirits. So the hangman with the kindred spirits, very much an emotional time for a lot of you. This is also a time for you to be very honest in what you are holding on to, Aquarius, because you know some things you're holding on to could be not be benefiting you in the way that you expect. With Capricorn, with Saturn being there in your sign, it's giving you, like I said, a bit of a headway, was also giving some restrictions. So with the hangman and the kindred spirits, this is showing you that what you need to let go of and not being feeling sorry for yourself. I feel there's some people that are going to come into your life during this 4-month stay that will definitely be kindred spirits. But you have to open your eyes to see that. The hangman, it can cast a bit of a veil during these next 4 months. So it's about seeing things and not for what they not are, but what they are. Okay, Pisces, this is in your 11th house, okay, with Pluto being there. So Pisces, this is actually a great time, you know, when it comes to you, you know, because some of you Pisces are actually single during this time. You could meet the love of your life in a friendship group. This is also a time that when it comes to, you know, when the retrograde season actually happens, your goals and dreams are going to definitely change. Some of you may even go back to an old goal, go back to an old, like an old goal that you used to have. I feel that some friends could come back from the past. Some of these friends could be from 11 years ago. It could be from 2 decades ago. It could be 30 years ago. It could be from 2008. Yeah, but I feel it's probably from 11 to like 2 decades ago. And especially with Neptune in your sign, this is going to be asking you to really open your eyes to see if you need these friends back, or are they just here to teach you a lesson? Because it could actually, you know, this is definitely a time for you to be healing something you didn't do, that you did do, that is no longer working, but also healing when it comes to like an old goal, healing when it comes to, you know, if friends come back, or even like a lover could come back as well. Some of you are single, you could find love in a group as well. But definitely, I feel this is definitely like a most on a friendship level. But it's about opening your eyes. You have the Empress with a discernment card. So some of you may be, you know, the Empress card is about self-care. So this is the time that you're going to be taking care of yourself, because I feel a lot of you are going to be very, very busy. Okay, because this is lasting for 4 months. It's going to be in your, you know, it's going to be your solar year. So anything that comes up between now and March, you're going to have to really take care of yourself. This is also a card of creativity, okay, and fertility. Something you're going to be birthing. Something, you know, I feel that I feel that during this time you're going to have a lot of, you know, a lot of people, a lot of like new friends are going to come to you, okay? But some of you may, you know, discernment is about saying things that you actually shouldn't. So some of the people that may come to you may be like that, or even you. And especially if there's comfort from the past, it's all about listening to each other and not jumping to conclusions, not saying the wrong things, so things just go really crazy. You know, when things come back from the past, it's very much a karmatic time. And I feel some of you Pisces actually are feeling things, people that you know coming back. But it's definitely a great time for you to be taking care of yourself, really going back to your any type of creative skill that you used to do. Aries, this is in your 10th house, and this is a time where, you know, some of you may feel during this time that things are not moving as fast as you want. You know, with Venus being in your 10th house, this is a great time for you to be really sort of like try to enjoy your career at the moment, because I feel things, even though they're not going as fast, things are going to be going in your corner in the end. And some of you are actually single. You could find love at work. It could be love at work. This is a great time for you guys to be, you know, not only excited, but be serious in your career, because there could be bosses, CEOs looking at you. You know, there could be a promotion that comes. Also, if, you know, when it does go retrograde, there could be like an old job that comes back, something creative. I feel some of you wanted to do, and it's now going to be coming back. It could also be something that you've loved from the past, Aries. You know, something that you know, let go of because you felt it wasn't really working, but now you're going to be looking back on this, and this could be to do with like an old boss, or some of you could actually, you know, like I said, there could be some love in the office. It could be an old colleague coming back. But also, this is a time for you to really heal because Neptune's in your 12th house. This is a time for you to be doing some deep soul searching. Also, if something didn't work out in your career, this is a time for you to sort of like holding on and thinking how you could have fixed this, to really let go of that, you know, because, you know, the future is going to be a bit more brighter now, or it's going to be starting to look brighter. The card that you have is the Knight of Cups with the Love card. This is about loving yourself. You know, love is in the air. Love is going to come into your life now. There's going to be some messages that are going to be coming up. It also feels a bit of a sensitive time for a lot of you Aries, especially the Knight of Cups. Knight of Cups is showing you that there's, you know, time to be doing some like self-care practice, you know, really being a bit more tender to yourself. There could also be some more tender moments in your career. You know, your bosses could be a bit more tender. You know, you could also find that, you know, not only do you enjoy going to work, you know, especially because love's in the air. Some of you are single, you know, things just start coming into your way now. So this is the Love and Knight of Cups card. Taurus, this is in your 9th house of higher learning, you know, teaching. This is also to do with, you know, publishing, your belief systems. So during this time, it's going to be a very powerful time for your, you know, anything to do with like the 9th house spiritual realms. If some of you are single, or, you know, some of you could actually meet someone from a different culture, different class to yourself. You know, you have Neptune in the 11th house. This is to do with like your goals and dreams and your friends. So if you entwine these two together, it's actually really nice for a lot of you. There could be, you know, studies from the past that could definitely come back. Someone from your past as well, or even friends from the past. Some, even like a mentor from the past could come back just to teach you, to see, you know, this is all about you learning. You know, also, this is to do with like friendships as well. There could be friends coming back, you know, a friendship group, but some things may or may not be as what they seem. Because remember, when Neptune's involved, it's about healing, but it can also be quite deceptive as well. But still, it's actually really great for a lot of you to be relearning, like a new course, relearning, catching up with people that you haven't seen in a long time. This could be learning like a new language as well. And this also could definitely be in a group setting. The cards that you have is the 8 of Cups with the transition card. So this is about you definitely leaving something behind in the past. I feel a lot of you Taurus during this time is that, you know, you're leaving like an old way of thinking, an old way of being. You want to transition into a new way, you know, especially because we have the lunar eclipse, which is going to be in your 1st house as well. So this is a time of, you know, peeling off that layer of old skin and something new coming in. You're transitioning into something that you've always wanted in your life, and it's definitely coming. You know, the 8 of Cups is also very much a card that is very emotional. So there can be like an emotional component to this, you know, especially if you meet up with people that you haven't seen in a while, whether it's friends or like whether it's like a mentor that you haven't seen in a while. There can be very much an emotional time. But also, once you find what you're looking for, the transition will be so much easier, Taurus. Gemini, this is in your 8th and this is in your 8th house. A lot of things in your 8th house, Gemini. especially with Pluto being there. This is about, you know, your joint finances. This is about your deep intimacy, sexual relationships. This is also to do with like debts, loans. This is going to be a very powerful time, in an emotional time for a lot of you Geminis, to really work on these themes and these realms. When it goes retrograde, there could also be themes that come up to do with like an inheritance, a loan. A loan could actually be, you know, some of you are asking for a loan, hasn't really come through. It could actually come up now. But also when it comes to like deep personal relationships, you know, something from the past could come up, and it may be a time for a lot of you to be really, you know, speaking to someone. If it feels too overwhelming, it's a great time to be speaking to, like, do some deep psychological work, whether with a therapist or, you know, you're doing it by yourself. You know, you also have, you know, themes which just do with like your career. So there could be some healing going on within your career if your career hasn't gone the way you wanted it to, because you have got a lot of deep emotional stuff you have to work through. This could be a great time. This could also be a great time for a lot of you to be healing something when it comes to like an old boss. An old boss may come up and it could trigger something within you. So this could be a time to be healing that too. Okay, and also this is also to do with like a past lover, a lover that you had like a karmatic bond with. So this is a great time for you to heal. The card you have is the Two of Swords with the Celebration card. So this is a time to be really opening your eyes to the truth. Okay, the truth is going to be coming out for a lot of you Geminis. Whether it benefits you or hinders you could be a different story. There could be a truth coming out to do with a boss. There could be definitely lots of truths coming out, definitely to do within you. I feel a lot of you are feeling quite open now to be revealing like a deeper side to yourself. And it will be a cause for a celebration, celebrating with a partner. It could be a cause, it could be a celebration with an ex-partner. It could be a cause of celebration of like finances, you know, joint finances actually being, you know, coming into fruition now. But it's definitely a cause of celebration that you are, you know, working with your shadow self. This is about your shadow self, Gemini, and be honest with that shadow self too. Then we have Cancer. So Cancer, this is about your relationship, okay? Definitely about your relationship. This is to do with, you know, you looking at when it comes to like if you are, you know, being controlling in a relationship. Do you want to stay in a relationship? How deep you want the relationship to be. Then I feel that there may be a deeper connection when it comes to your relationship. When it goes retrograde, there can be someone from like a past lover could be coming back. It could be from 7 years ago. I was going to say 7 decades ago, but you just never know. But yeah, there could be a past lover come back, but also past things to do with like contracts, partnerships. You know, if you were waiting for like a contract to come up, this is a great time to be doing it. This is a great time to be reworking, you know, on something creative within a partnership now as well. And with Neptune in your 9th house, this is giving you a time of healing when it comes to anything that you've always wanted to learn, something that you've always, you know, and this could be within a, you know, people that from different cultures. This is also about you healing when it comes to like your belief system. I feel your belief system is going to be definitely changing now. Okay, it's going to be more of a learning curve, a spiritual learning curve. And this could also help with your, you know, in your relationship as well, Cancer. I feel, you know, you're going to feel this the most because this opposes you. I feel there may be some tension that comes up, but this is mostly to do with like power control, power shifts as well. And if anything comes up, whether it's an ex-partner, a contract that has taken a while, anything to come up within the 7th house realms, you're going to be seeing it in a different way now. You're going to be learning from it. You have the Judgment card with the Union card. The Judgment card is a karmatic time. It's about releasing, because this is a Pluto card. So this is about really releasing, really working on releasing any themes that comes to do with like manipulation and control. This is about you. This is about resurrection. This is about you actually seeing things for what they are and what they're not. This is a very powerful time for a lot of you Cancers to, you know, really go with what's actually happening. This could, for some of you, this could be a time that, you know, this could be a time that a lot of you, this is like a stage of a journey that a lot of you need to be going on and not fearing. And because a lot of the signs are going to be seeing, you know, partners or, you know, things going to come up to do with relationships. So this is a time to embrace that higher level of yourself. And I feel that during this time, a lot of you are going to be having like life-changing moments. There's going to be this huge realization when it comes to like your, you know, business and personal relationships. And when it does go retrograde, that realization is going to be even more prominent. This is like a stage in your life that you're going to look back on and can't believe that you've come through this. You're also going to can't believe that you've actually been stronger for this. And it's actually, with this union card, it creates a stronger union for yourself as well, Cancer. So this is not a time for like looking, some of you may be looking at the past a lot, but this is not a time to be regretting. Obviously, you know, regrets are healthy, but it's not about looking at the past and regretting too much things, because we can't undo what was then. It's about looking forward. But with this Judgment card, it is about, you know, it's purging the past. And anything that does come up when it comes to like you know, a personal relationship or anything, you know, business wise as well, you know, is for the best, even if it may not be at the right time for you. Leo, this is in your 8th house. I mean, this is in your 6th house of health and work routines. And with Pluto being there, this is going to be a strong time for you to really get serious in, you know, I feel some of you are going to be a bit more creative or finding like a creative way to be working. Wanted to be around people that are creative as well. Some of you, you know, this is actually a great time for a lot of you Leos to be really serious when it comes to like your health and fitness routines. But this will actually help you when it comes to like your energy and also your vitality. With Neptune in your 8th house, this is giving you a lot of time to be healing when it comes to things, when it comes to like your money, when it comes to like joint finances as well. This is, if some of you are single, some of you could actually meet someone in the work. This person, it could be like a dietitian, it could be someone at the gym. Okay, this could be someone that you felt that was quite annoying, but it actually could be the love of your life, you know. Also, when it comes to, when it goes retrograde, there could be themes that come up within the body, you know, so any like health issues that you may need to sort out. This could be like an old work colleague, you know. This could also be someone that you didn't like in the past. They could actually pop up now, but it is about healing from it. So any like, if you're holding on to any trauma, if you're holding on to any, you know, if you want to be getting people back, for instance, now's the time to release that. So once you do, if you do get together with someone that has hurt you in the past, it's time to like rehash old wounds. But also anything to do with like your health, especially, you know, this is a time for you to be really serious about it. The cards that you have, Leo, is the Three of Pentacles with the Innocence card. Now, the Three of Pentacles with the Innocence card is about you really working. This is about really working together with people, but also working together with people that you like. This is about hard work. So I feel a lot of you Leos during this Venus in Capricorn, it's definitely a bit about your work skills, looking at your work, being serious about your work, being quite diligent, working on, you know, some of you are actually looking for a job can actually come up, but you know, in order for you to get the rewards, it's about putting the work in. And also with the Innocence cards, it is about not slacking off. It's about, you know, taking your time. And also, you know, I feel that a lot of you during this time will be, next 4 months, will be quite, you know that you have to sort of buckle down if you want something in return. So I feel that a lot of you are going to be taking it much more seriously, but it's also to do with a lot of you Leos to listen to your body as well. Listen to like what your brain is saying, because this is a very much a busy time. So Innocence card is, you know, listening to yourself, having some downtime. So it's a very busy time for a lot of you Leos. Virgo, this is in your 5th house, okay, with Pluto being there as well. So this is a very deep time for a lot of you to be, when it comes to like your creativity, fitness, your love life as well. This could be a very potent time for a lot of you. And also, you know, you got healing when it comes to like your relationship. So I feel that an old creative skill may come back up, especially when Venus goes retrograde. I feel a lot of you are going to be taking more seriously. 5th house is to do with children, so there can be themes with children. Some of you may even decide that, you know, you may want to start having children as well. Or, you know, this could be a bit more of a playfulness that you guys are going to be having, especially when it comes to like your relationships. And, you know, with the healing side of the relationships with Neptune in your 7th house, this is a time to be talking about anything that you've sort of brushed under the carpet. You know, get a bit more serious. This is going to be healing you both, you know, but it is actually a nice time for a lot of you Virgos. Wouldn't be surprised if a lot of you really changed during this next 4 months, especially if it involves like a child, your children, or even you being a bit more playful and your creativity. You have the Star card and the Trust. So it's about trusting in the process, trusting that there's new beginnings coming for you now, Virgo. Okay, so whether it's expanding your family, expanding a creativity project, or even taking your relationship to the next realm, the Star card is about new beginnings. Vision what you would like, Virgo, because it all will come into fruition. Obviously, a lot of you will have to plan. You know, you guys are all about planning. Capricorn does support that. So whatever does come up, you know, whether you're rehashing anything related, you're rehashing something to do with your child, or even rehashing something to be more childlike, this is a new beginning, but trust in the process. You know, trust that things will work out when they will. Libra, this is in your 4th house with Pluto being there. So there's going to be lots of themes that come up to do with like the mother. This is about your, you know, in self-care. This is also to do with like your roots, your history. This is to do with the home. So this is like, I feel a lot of you Libra, and this is a time there's going to be a bit of a downtime for a lot of you, because it's going to feel quite emotional. And you got like Neptune in your 6th house. So this is going to be helping you to be a bit more diligent, to heal anything connected to the body, connecting to your past as well. I feel for a lot of you Librans that there's going to be lots of conversations about when you were small that's going to be coming up. Okay, and also when it comes to like anything to do with like the past, when it goes retrograde, there could be issues within the home that come up, that you could see people, you know, when it comes to like love as well, this could be like a childhood sweetheart that could be coming up, you know, that you could see, you know, but this is going to be a bit of a serious element to it. You know, I feel that a lot of you are going to be very, how can I put this? I feel a lot of you Libras are going to be very honest in how you are. You know, the 6th house is giving you that sort of like balance of honesty. So I feel any of you Librans that see like a childhood sweetheart, someone from your past, there's going to be a lot of like honest conversations, and whether you see that person again will be another story. But I think it's going to be a bit more of a healing time for not just you, but for your partner too. And I feel that you guys may rehash things that happened when you were younger. And what you didn't sort out now, you can definitely sort out. What you didn't sort out then, you could definitely sort out now. And also, there will also be themes I feel will be coming up to do with like your family and roots. You guys may find out some stuff as well. But with the sixth house being there, this is going to be making you a bit more organized as well. The cards that you have is the Page of Swords with the Reflection. The Page of Swords is giving you definitely like communication. I feel this is, like I said, this is to do with the past. This is about your childhood. Your childhood's definitely coming up now. And, you know, I feel some of you Libras may feel that you want to go back to your childhood a lot more. I feel a lot of you are actually going to be a bit more comfortable, especially the Page of Swords. I feel a lot of you are going to be a bit more comfortable with talking about things a little bit more. You know, I feel that some of you may even shock, because I feel also there may be not just like an ex, like a childhood sweetheart, but also some friends could be coming up, and I feel that you guys are going to be doing lots of reminiscence about the past. The card of reflection is about looking at how you used to be and how far you've come now. And also this is about, you know, your home and your roots as well. So there's going to be things that actually come up as well. But also this is about self-care. It's about taking care of yourself as well. Some of you may find that you may be eating your emotions a bit more, which is not a bad thing. I love sweets, you know, but some of you may be, you know, even eating a bit more, but also reverting back to what you used to eat when you were younger. But also this is actually really great for a lot of you Librans to be doing any like childhood creativity. You know, this is going to give a lot of you like the oomph to like do something you used to create in the past as well. Okay, Scorpio, this is in your third house. So this is not, you know, for all the water signs set for Cancer, this is actually really great. This is to do with like, you know, communication with your siblings, your neighborhood, you know, your neighbors as well. You know, I feel themes are going to come up. Some of you may be getting very much creative urges during this time, especially with Pluto being there. I feel some of you may be, you know, maybe extra passionate when you're speaking. It could be speaking out of turn, but there's an extra passion in what and how you want things to be. You know, when it goes like retrograde, there could be, you know, writings that you used to do. There could be an old teacher. Sorry, there could be an old teacher, an old something to do with the media that comes up. So some of you actually worked in the media. This is also a business house as well. So something, you know, anything connected to money, but also something to do that you used to do. It could be definitely coming up now just for you to revise, for you to look at. With Neptune being in your fifth house, this is a great time to be healing. Something to do within your, you know, your creativity and your relationships. I feel for you Scorpions, you're going to have it quite good for the next 4 months. Some of you may not want to see things from the past, like an ex-lover. There could be something connected to children that you need to heal from the past as well. So this is very important for you to communicate your truth. Even if it does come out in a way that could shock people, you are communicating your truth. This is of great importance for a lot of you Scorpios. Like I said, themes from childhood could come up as well. This is about your lovers as well. This is about, you know, creativity and fun. This time could actually be giving you a much more better drive to be pursuing something that you've left, that you no longer thought you needed. It could actually come up now. The cards that you have is Temperance with the Strength. Now the Temperance card, yeah, is about moderation. This is actually a positive time for a lot of you Scorpions. You know, this is a Sagittarius card, so this is great for a lot of you to be seeking answers from people that you love. This is a great time to be creating something that you actually love. I feel a lot of you are going to be probably doing some like spiritual work as well. Like, you know, this is a time, because some of you may be very busy during this time and you may not want to actually really go there, which is quite strange for Scorpio. But this is, the Temperance card is asking you to do something very spiritual to help ground you. And if a lot of opportunities does come up for you Do one thing at a time. And the strength card is about, you know, the strength that you have within yourself. So even if things are very uncomfortable, really go there. You know, you have the strength to do it. The strength card is also about physical strength. So some of you may decide to, and also the 5th house is about that too. So some of you may decide to like redo like a physical practice, like a, you know, whether it's yoga, a spiritual practice, but also, you know, a fitness practice, you know, something to do with like running or, you know, biking. Because this could actually help during this time with the 3rd house, when it transits the 3rd house, to sort of get out of your mind. You know, if things get a bit too much on the mental level, a physical practice could actually help you. Okay, so take it slow, because even though you're going to be very busy, you know, moderate what you're doing and exercise. Last but not least, we have Sagittarius. Okay, so Sagittarius, this is in your 2nd house with Pluto being there. And also you have, you know, you have Neptune in your 4th house. So this is about you looking at your finances and your self-worth, Sagittarius. I feel a lot of you are going to be really looking at, you know, this is about your, you know, your finances, self-worth, also your creativity. So when Venus goes there, especially when it goes retrograde, this is going to be a great time to be looking really diligently at what your spending habits are about. Are you spending frivolously? Are you not saving? Some of you may even decide to start really saving now. You're saving for your future. Some of you may even decide to be doing something really creative. You know, some of you, this is about healing from the past, something that was in your past. So I feel that some things that you guys used to do in your past will definitely come up. And this could be definitely in your childhood. This could be like 4 years ago. This could be 24 years ago. And I'm crazy to say that, but this is what I feel. So this could be something definitely to do with when you were younger. Something that you know, you find out about your family. This could also be family members coming up. You know, there's things that were not said. This could also be to do with, you know, like I said, looking at your finances and your eating habits as well, and your creativity. So for you Sagittarians, I feel a lot of you are going to be very serious during this time, very serious to really, you know, save for the future, and, you know, looking at how you used to deal with money when it was in the past as well. So the cards that you have is the 4 of Swords with the 10 of Pentacles. Now the 4 of Swords is about resting, and sleeping, and not necessarily not thinking, but it's mostly, I feel a lot of you are going to have a lot on your mind. And obviously this is about finances, so there's going to be a lot that you guys want to like reinvent, a lot of things that you guys want to do. This is to do with you guys going more or less going back to the drawing board, maybe in a sort of like conservative way. So I say conservative as in not being too crazy when it comes to like your finances and money. So some of you, I feel, are going to be thinking a lot about what you could do, what you can come up with, what new scheme you could definitely come up with, how you can save, you know, how you could, you know, what type of creativity you want to do. And you've got the 10 of Pentacles, which is about, you know, heritage. It's about, you know, you've done all what you can, and now you can actually relax. So it's about you relaxing, because I feel money will come to you as long as you're sensible. This is a card. This is, I think, the Sun in Virgo card. This is about being sensible with your finances. This is about you doing things for the long term, not doing things for now because you feel that, you know, you're losing money, you haven't got enough money, so you need to do something very quick. It's about doing something for the long term, which can not only benefit you, but it can benefit like your family if you have one, or, you know, just benefit your finances in the long term. So this is about looking at things in a conservative way, but not in a boring way, but for something that could stretch for your future. Okay, so that's what these cards are saying. So guys, that was the Venus retrograde in Capricorn message, tarot message for all the signs. I hope you guys enjoyed it. This is for the next 4 months, a long transit, guys. Feel free to let me know how this transit is going to be going for you. Thank you very much, guys, for listening. Very much appreciated. Please don't forget to like, share, and subscribe. You know, like I said, leave a message. And, you know, also check out my Instagram, check out my TikTok. And also check out your monthlies for November, you know, and I do weeklies as well. So check that out as well, guys. So thank you very much, guys, for listening. Also, don't forget to check out Empath Butterflies Tarot, who does general and love readings for all of the signs. So thank you very much, guys, for listening, and I'll speak to you soon. Take care. Bye.